Alright, welcome to game 6 of the STX Masters Cup thingamabobber. Yes, one of the interesting things about doing a long series of 7 games is you get to see. I get to go back and look at the comments from the first few games while they're up and then actually respond to them in the audio of the later games. Anyways, what I was point being, no, it is their C. I knew it. I knew they're gonna put C in. I thought they were gonna put him in the last time too, but I knew they're gonna put him in this time because they need him right now. Um, anyway, but no, it was not my girlfriend that I was giving a happy birthday shout to. It was a guy named Patrick who had messaged me on YouTube. Um, anyway, but yeah. So we're gonna get started here. Back on Athena, and it's going to be Cal versus C. This should be pretty epic. And regardless of how things go, I think this is going to determine who wins the set. Well, I mean, if Cal wins, I guess that then he wins. But if C wins, I think C is probably going to be able to take on anyone that STX can throw into Game 4. I think that he's probably going to take the match for his team there. So we'll see. It may have been that they put in C fourth since he was, in fact, the most likely to be able to all kill. They wanted to throw in some noobs first and try and. So they both kind of took different approaches here. NBC put in kind of their worst players first, and excuse me, STX put in their best players first. Um, anyway, so, getting on to the game here, though, C is going to be at the 2 o'clock position, and Cal is going to be at the 9 o'clock position. And I'm looking forward to this match. It should be very exciting since these are two very top-level players. C, of course, not usually able to achieve much success in the individual leagues, but he's still a force to contend with. I mean, he just can't seem to get past. I think he might have gotten to the round of 8 once, but he usually can't get past the round of 16. Usually, there's some other players chilling in the audience. Again, I don't recognize them. I'm sorry, so I can't tell exactly who they are. Um, anyway, um, what was I talking about? Sorry, it's been several games now. Oh yeah, so one thing I was going to mention that's kind of interesting is that he it used to be in past seasons they've done these uh, these Masters Cup thingy-majiggers that are basically just kind of extra matches to do in between the seasons. And in the past, they've had the option where what you could do is you could basically, if someone was killing all of your guys, then you could actually like basically say, okay, we're gonna do a 2v2. So, if Jelizer get beaten 2 players in a row, then they would have the option of like basically calling a 2v2 to interrupt July's streak and get him off of get him out of the booth, I guess. And they didn't decide to do that for this series though, which is kind of interesting. But um, yes, but Cal is still in though because he has won. He did win the last game, and so that has put STX up 3-2. So if Cal wins this game, then basically STX takes the whole set. I don't even know what's at stake. I don't know if anything is at stake except for just fun. Maybe it's just for fun. Oh, let's just have some fun because we won, celebrating stuff. I don't know. In other words, I don't know if there's any money or anything involved. C's down to 1 SCV on his gas mine now, on his refinery. So probably going to see a pretty standard thing from C, kind of a FD Terran type build where you go for the command center. After your first factory, basically. FD standing for fake double Terran, where you're kind of like faking like you're doing a double factory build by putting out a lot of units. And you don't actually put out. Well, you put out some units, and you still go for a quick push, basically, but it's a cover for getting an extra command center, and you don't actually have 2 factories, basically. And it's funny that it's kind of called fake double Terran because now it's pretty standard, and it's pretty obvious when they're going for the fake double build, and it's not really fake anymore because you can recognize the signs. I mean, when they come out with, you know, 4 Marines in a tank and then a Vulture to follow, you're pretty sure that they're making a command center in the background because that's kind of what they do. That would be, dude, that would be the really cool the fake double. I just invented a build, okay? The fake double, FFD Terran, where you go and you actually make 2 factories, but you still make 4 Marines and a tank, and you move out with that. But then you could move out with extra forces as your reinforcements once you start pushing the Protoss back, and they might not be prepared for it because they think it's just an FD Terran. Ha. Actually, that's probably been done before. I know I probably didn't invent it, but I just had the idea. Anyway, yeah. Hold on one second. Sorry, Diggity just instant messaged me. I had to message him back there. Sorry. These are kind of random games, so I don't mind being a little bit random in them. I hope you guys don't mind either. But, oh, crap. In fact, there was some other announcement I was going to make. Yeah, here we go. 4 Marines and a tank. Oh, sneaky Dragoon coming in from behind. Coming in from behind. Is going to attack the tank directly. Oh, tank. No, the tank goes down. Oh, man, that was really sneaky by Cal. The mines are down, though. He's going to have a tough time defending against his mines right next to his gateway. 2 hits. Oh, the second hit goes on the Vulture. He does not take out the mine, but he's got an observer out, so the mines aren't going to matter anyways. But very nicely done by Cal. Having that the Dragoon out and using some probes to finish off one of the Marines, it looked like. But, oh, watch out, Dragoon! Oh, by having that Dragoon out in the open, usually you use the Marines as kind of a shield against you use them as a shield against the tank to protect the tank, because the tank is the most important port. The most important part of that push is the tank, because it's going to be doing the most damage. And the Marines are doing a little bit of damage, but basically they're there such that if the Dragoons try and close on the tank, the Marines can do damage for free. As the Dragoons are chasing the tank could fall back, the Marines do extra damage. So they're kind of shielding the tank, and the tank is doing most of the real damage to the Dragoons. As you saw, 3 Marines were barely able to do very much to 1 Dragoon, let alone a couple Dragoons. So by sneaking that Dragoon in the back, basically, is my point, Cal was actually able to target the tank directly, and I'm not even sure if C was paying attention. He was trying to target fire down the other Dragoon, maybe before it died. Maybe he knew it was going to die in one way or another. But, oh, Jesus, Vulture's coming in here. Oh, complete surround on his Dragoons. His observer is there. Oh, but a couple mines go off. He's able to take out most of the mines. Chasing down 2 of the Dragoons go down. 2 Dragoons go down. The 3rd Dragoon goes down. The 4th Dragoon is in mortal danger. It is about to die. Absolutely epic surround by C. Extremely well done by C. Very nicely done. Coming in for, oh man, that was crazy. I did not expect that to happen at all. I don't think Cal expected it to happen either. He was probably also, just like me, he was probably talking to someone about how awesome his maneuver was coming from behind with the Dragoon, but both of us were distracted, and both of us didn't see the Vultures swooping in for the kill. Extremely well done by C, surrounding those Dragoons. And man, that was just unlucky almost by Cal too, but the mines were just placed perfectly and happened to go off. Even though he had the observer there, he's just, and I guess he could have targeted the mines a little bit better maybe. That would have been a really neat way to get out of that. July 6th, he looked, never mind. He looked like he was falling asleep for a second there, like he was bored or something. Anyway, so C really worried about that drop coming in here. That is a pretty standard play, putting up turrets everywhere, almost overdoing the turrets, I gotta say. Nice, planting down the siege tank right next to a spider mine, so that if a zealot drops on it, it will be sure to die. Anyway, yes, C maybe overdoing it, but you know, he's got a little bit of a lead here because he did a lot of damage in that attack. So I think it's okay for him to go a little bit overboard on the turrets there. Well, never mind. I won't say overboard. I take that back. Actually, they're spaced out nicely. Actually, come to think of it, so I guess it's kind of like the minimum. Even though it's several turrets, and sometimes players will go for less turrets. You know, you gotta. I can't blame him for being safe, first of all, but also they're really well placed so that it's the minimum, I guess, that you need. Oh, and he didn't get another pylon down or anything.